Get a little snap ring right here. Pull your cams right out. If you're going to change your oil pump, the cam plate, you take those 4 off. We're going to keep the same oil pump in there. Chain going. You got those ones ready? And put your new cams in. You got your 2 dots. It's for timing it. You want to make sure that those dots line up. Washer back on. You can see again the dots on this side line up. You want to change it out when you're putting the new one in. These ones can get bent, a little deformed. You always want to change those, just like an O-ring. Change it out anytime you take it. Get the blue Loctite. A little bit of blue Loctite.
Chain tensioner fasteners. Correct?
So you can take these 120 inch-pounds. So anytime you're changing them, of course, you're going to change all your O-rings. Especially this one. If you don't change these, make sure you change this one for sure. Some assembly lube. This should be about close. Hold on. More?
More? No.
Go. Keep going. More. Lots more. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. Blue Loctite on these also. You can torque these the same as your chain tensioner, 120 inch-pounds.
Torque these down. So let's go around, snug everything up. The torque sequence: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Before you actually putting all this on, what you'll do is take the chain off, you set your sprockets on, and then you'll snug these in. You don't have to worry about torque specs on them, but you snug it in, take a flat edge, and you want to measure your flat edge to make sure you don't have too far of a gap. Just check for 10 thousandths going in, so whichever one sticks out further, that's where you're going to have the flat edge on. Whenever you're torquing these, red lock tight. You're going to torque them both to 15, do 34, 24.
So whenever you're putting the push rods in, you can get either the quickie push rods, which will actually collapse like this. If you get these ones, you don't have to take the rocker box, rocker cover, all that shit off. If you order the adjustable, so these will move up and down, but they won't fit in. So if you get these, you're gonna have to remove your tank, remove all this to get them in. So the easiest thing to do, just get the quickies that actually adjust. So I've already done the front cylinders. You'll do the same thing going through, find the top dead center. I'll show that again whenever I go to put the rear in. After you adjust them down, get all the lash out of it. For the S&S, it says do 4 full turns, or so just mark it wherever you can. So I mark them before I put it in. After you do the 4 turns, you want to be able to twist these with your fingers before you move on to the next. So just rotate it through, and you're looking for the same thing as when you cut them out. So now those are both moving at the same time. You can fill in here. Both these tackets are at their lowest point, so now you can continue with the rear. And putting these in, always find it easier. So with this one, do the intake first. This side you'll do the exhaust first. Put it in, extend it out. And just twisting it, I'm gonna take it down to get all the lash out of it. When I pull this one up, screwdriver, make sure it's pushed in right. This, whenever you're extending it down, you don't want to have any up or down movement, but you want to be able to still turn it. So you're pretty much extending it just until all that's gone. As soon as it touches right there, it still loosely spins, but there's no up and down movement. Start with the mark that you made on there. Take a 7/16, a quarter. You're just gonna do 4 complete turns around. Bring your lock nut up. It's a 7/16 as well. Hold the lock nut. Tighten those in together. That's it. So it's tight right now. I won't be able to spin it. About 20-30 minutes. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's longer, but you want to make sure, just like with these, you can spin them by hand freely, whichever one you're doing first before you move on to the next one, to the other cylinder. Lash out of it. Loctite. For the torque sequence on these, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's 125 to 155 inch-pounds. When you're putting your clips in, you're going to check at the bottom, make sure you got a good seat. Same thing at the top. And what I like to do is put the top in, and take a flat tip and kind of pry down and push at the same time. It helps it just snap right into place. Once you get all those snapped in, and do your oil. For the twin cams, use about 3.5 quarts. Once we get it on the Jiffy stand, we'll be able to check everything with that. Spark plugs, 11 to 18 foot-pounds. Put those wires, everything back on. That's it, good to go.